The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. Vice presidential aspirant Rizalito David is urging all other presidential and vice presidential candidates to unite against the BBM Sara Unity Team. During COMELEC's vice presidential debate, David acknowledged that he and his running mate Jose Montemayor will not win the 2022 polls. But he also claimed that the others at the debate will also lose. That's why he called on his fellow candidates to form a grand coalition against Marcos and Duterte.
Please, 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 do a selfless act. Let us defeat Marcos and let us defeat Duterte together because we cannot do it by our lonesome.
Presidential candidate Manila Mayor Isko Moreno criticized fellow presidential candidate Bongbong Marcos's unity platform. Moreno says it would be better for Filipinos if the Marcoses paid their estate taxes amounting to 203 billion pesos. He also quipped that unity can't satiate the hunger of Filipinos. And Moreno also called on Filipino voters to think twice about the candidates they would vote for, and that should take into consideration the character of the next chief executive.
Total, ang gusto natin, pagkakaisa, gusto natin unity, o gusto natin lahat ng salita. Hindi po namin maisasaing yan. Ang maisasaing namin, yung 200 billion, pwedeng paggamit sa mga nahihirapan nating kababayan.
Other presidential candidates slammed Marcos's absence at the COMELEC debates. One of them is Senator Ping Lacson, who said it's important for candidates to participate in debates so that people can judge who among them is competent and is most qualified to lead the nation. Meanwhile, Lacson expects his performance in the debates to boost his standings in the presidential survey.
Gusto ko may debate para makilala ng mga tao kung sino yung may karapatan. Well, I hope so. Dapat talaga yung mga tao matalino, ma-discern nila ano yung laman ng utak, tsaka ano yung karakter ng kandidato.
Senator Manny Pacquiao also urged the public not to vote for the candidate who did not attend debates and still has unpaid taxes.
Prayer ko palagi ay ang taong bayan matauhan.
Ano masasabi niyo, sir, sa isang kandidato na hindi na naman siya dadalo sa debate ngayon pero may kampanya siyang pinuntahan?
Prerogative niya yun na hindi siya magdalo at ang taong bayan na magtimbang ng lahat, no? Bakit ka tatanggap ng empleyado na hindi mo pa natanong?
The massive pink rally in Pasig City also got the attention of global superstar Ariana Grande. On her Instagram stories, Ari expressed love for the huge crowd of Kakampinks who were singing along to her hit song Break Free. The American singer-songwriter reposted a video of the grand rally with an estimate of over 90,000 Robredo supporters bursting out in song. In her caption, Ariana wrote, "I couldn't believe this is real." And she also told her fans in the Sea of Pink, "I love you more than words." Transport groups continue to push for a fare hike amid the rising prices of fuel products. Camille Samonte has the details.
The LTFRB has denied the petition for a 1 peso provisional fare hike for public utility jeepneys despite high prices of fuel. With this, the minimum fare remains at 9 pesos for the first 4 kilometers. Many jeepney drivers are disappointed.
Kasi kung sa amin, no, laking bagay na yung magtaas ng piso sa taas ng diesel ngayon. Pahirapan ho ang biyahe.
Yung iba kasi ginagawa 10-10 na minimum. Yung pasahero naman, nakaintindi din yung iba. Yung iba hindi rin. Kulang talaga, ma'am, napakahirap. Ano?
The LTFRB explains it had to balance the rights of the public who relies on public transport and of operators to gain profit. The board also cited the position of economic managers on a provisional or permanent fare hike. They say it would create a domino effect in the prices of basic commodities and services. Instead of a fare hike, the government has already started providing fuel subsidy to PUV drivers. So far, around 87,500 jeepney drivers nationwide have already benefited from the program. Commuters, on the other hand, are divided on the matter.
Para sa akin, okay lang magtaas kasi kawawa din naman yung mga drivers. May mga pamilya din naman sila na kailangan nilang buhayin.
Mas maganda yung 9 pesos pa rin. Yung peso kasi mahalaga yun eh. Pwede mo pa pandagdag kung anong bibilihin mo, kung sa lulutuin mo.
But one transport group insists that the LTFRB must honor the fare adjustment formula. They also filed a separate petition to hike the minimum fare to 15 pesos and for a 1 peso provisional hike per succeeding kilometer. The board is scheduled to deliberate on this by March 22.
Nakakaawa naman yung aming driver dahil kung madadagdagan ng piso ng aming pamasahe, kahit sana pambili man lang ng 2 kilong bigas ay malaking tulong sa ating mga driver.
LTOP is also calling for a modified distribution system as some operators reportedly refuse to give the subsidy to their drivers.
Binigyan kasi nila ay yung mga operator ang may card. So ngayon, ang gusto namin, yung mismong driver dahil sila yung bumibili ng gasolina, krudo, lalo na ho dito sa mga jeepney, mga tricycle, mga UB Express.
For News 5, Camille Samonte, we are One News.
Boracay's tourism sector is starting to liven up once again as its restrictions ease up. But the island is still waiting for the return of its top visitors, the tourists from China and Korea. Shaila Francisco has the report.
Zeus, who's with his girlfriend, sister, and the sister's boyfriend, came all the way from the United Kingdom to have a 4-day stay in Boracay. The group already have a complete water sport activities planned out.
Since nung na-rehab yung Bora, saka lang kami nakabalik. So gusto namin tignan kung ano na bago. So far, maganda naman. Matagal-tagal din na trabaho, tsaka makakapag-relax ka din dito.
Based on the data from the municipal tourism, most tourists in the first half of the month came from Metro Manila, followed by the provinces of Cavite and Rizal. As for the foreign arrivals, most visitors are citizens of the United States, UK, and Germany. Meanwhile, hotels say tourists mostly come in families and big groups. Likewise, the number of meetings and conferences held in the island have also increased. Despite this, the Tourism Office of Malaya Clan says some hotels and restaurants remain closed.
Base po sa datos natin, yun nga sabi ko kanina, nag-open yung Boracay natin with the accommodation accredited by Department of Tourism is 398. So sa ngayon yung open na binigyan nila ng yung CAO, Certificate to Operate, is nasa 326 po. So more or less nasa 80% pa. 80%. So yung iba hindi talaga nagbukas kasi yun nga parang even yung tourist arrival natin ngayon 4 to 6,000 parang hindi pa yun siya enough.
With this, tourism stakeholders are waiting for the arrival of the Chinese and Korean market, which used to be the top foreign tourists before.
Noong normal times, ang revenue namin from foreign, especially Chinese and Koreans, almost 60 to 80% nung naglalaro yan. Malaking tulong yan. Not unless yung yung kanilang mga bansa may mga restrictions.
Shaila Francisco, we are One News.
Here's a quick look at some of today's headlines. Presidential and vice presidential candidates face off in the first leg of this year's Pilipinas debates. But the uniteam of Bongbong Marcos and Sara Duterte skipped the debates as expected. Robredo's campaign rally in Pasig is now the largest sortie yet for any candidate this 2022. And the Miss Universe Philippines Fashion and Runway Challenge happens today. And those are the top stories at this hour. Join us again later at 11 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Just register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We're One News.